Protesters representing a patchwork quilt of causes, from the recall of Governor Scott Walker to economic justice and an end to housing foreclosures, took to the streets of downtown Milwaukee Saturday, as the Occupy Wall Street movement spread to Wisconsin and elsewhere.
This is no longer about Democrat, Republican, and that's sort of what this sign and what this is about. This is about big corporations that have hijacked our government, and the people are standing up. Republicans, Democrats, Tea Parties, communists, everybody is sick and tired of them telling us how things are going to be run.
Absolutely fed up with having corporations and Tea Partiers and Republicans trying to run everything to their advantage and forgetting about the 99% of the rest of us who are making this country work. While they're out there just doing their profit sharing and not paying taxes and sending jobs overseas, we're the ones on the front lines trying to make everything happen. It's not fair and it's not right. And they need to know that, and it's got to stop.
Our country has been set up in such a way that it benefits the wealthiest of the wealthy at the expense of the rest. I mean, what more do you need than the fact that the White House was built by slaves?
Well, the money is being drained from the public sector and pumped into the private sector, into the corporations, with Walker $1 billion out of public education and filtering it down into their, I should say, up to the corporate entities. And we're not seeing the trickle down that we're supposed to be seeing.
I'm here because student loans are just getting ridiculous, the amount of debt that I'm going to be in by the time I graduate. And what I hope to achieve is just that the politicians hear our voice, they see what we want, see what they're doing is can be changed, and the people will support them if they're able to change it.
Scott Walker, he is so heavy duty into corporate and privatizing everything. He wants to privatize prisons. He's given up over $600 million for public transportation that could have happened. He has laid off so many teachers and so many other government workers that are essential jobs.
We see that people are fed up. There's an economic crisis. The banks are getting bailed out and plundering countries. The corporations are sitting on $1 trillion and they won't hire anybody here in the United States or around the world. And people are literally starving.
One of the things that could be accomplished by this movement is to end the ridiculous concept in law that corporations are people, which goes back to the late 19th century. You know, it's ridiculous. Corporations don't have the responsibilities of people, and yet they're treated like people under the law.
Right.
They don't have consciences, they don't have hearts, but they're treated like people.
I'm, for the first time, learning what they're talking about. I'm seeing that they're wanting to recall Walker, and they're against corporate America. I'm looking for the end of the line here so I can get out and go home.
If they want to change the world, change their situation, one by one. You're not going to get the banks. The banks have a responsibility to shareholders, which are the United States. I mean, the shareholders are the millions and millions of people that have 401ks, that have individual investments, that are saving in themselves. We become a country of entitlement instead of opportunity. This is the country of opportunity. Nobody said that everybody's going to succeed. Capitalism doesn't have that. Capitalism has a certain amount of people that fail. That's the harsh reality. If we take care of ourselves and everybody does it, then as a whole, everybody gets better.
To condense this whole thing down to a single message, I think would be impossible. What's important though is I think that people are, it's clear, I should say, is I think that people are upset about lack of jobs, they're upset about cuts to education, cuts to healthcare, and increased spending for foreign wars and for corporations and banks that don't represent the interests of the people.